Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? CaptainMonk here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a replay analysis of one of my own games actually I played earlier today, playing as Wukong in the jungle. We are playing in a game here, a ranked game, in Grandmasters actually. I have risen up my account, I've climbed high enough into Grandmasters, and I will be honest in saying that this is not in North America, it's actually only on the PBE, since it is the preseason, and playing ranked on North America right now is kind of brutal, and frankly, you know, the PBE server is always a bit of a clown fiesta anyway, so it's not really all that much different, but yeah, I have climbed all the way up to Grandmasters. I'm actually almost in Challenger on the PBE. And so I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, hey, isn't the PBE kind of just like a Clown Fiesta server? It's not really taken seriously, all that kind of stuff. Yes, that is kind of true, but there is a very good reason why it is I wanted to play on the PBE, and I'll kind of talk more a bit about it later on. But for right now, what I want you guys to know is that right off the bat of this video, I want you to know that I'm going to be doing a little bit of a replay analysis, so when there's action happening, I'll be pushing this button here, showing you guys the plays and stuff, but other than that, you'll see the scoreboard, you'll see all this stuff going on, and I'll kind of break down my decision making and the play-by-play action as it happens, and just kind of, you know, a real replay analysis rather than a full game commentary. Since I have been finding lately when I'm doing full games and I have to trash them, you know, it gets pretty exhausting to do all that commentating just to trash that game or throw it away or whatever because I can't use it for a video. So it's kind of nice for me to be able to just to kind of play, get a good game, and then just kind of do post-game commentary. So I would really like you guys' feedback on that specifically, but of course I am expecting, since I have done like more than 500 full game commentaries live, that most of you are probably be like, hey, you know, I kind of like your old style, but I'm hoping you'll see differently. Now, right off the bat, I want to mention that bottom lane is being cheesed by these two. You can see our Draven's already down, and I saw this right off the bat, so I decided to come and join the fight. You can see the Twitch is getting Morgana really low, but I managed him to strike on in. The Twitch flashes to safety and uses his heal. But I'm just going to auto-attack this guy lots and look for an opportunity here to get a lot of damage onto him with the Nimbus Strike and auto-attacks, and I barely do enough. I actually get maybe a little bit lucky there because it was really cutting it close, but I do manage to get the Twitch down with the red buff, despite all the damage that came my way. And from here, because I'm on the bottom side of the map and I'm just a little bit out of the way from my other camps, I decided to do the Krugs. Now, as I do these Krugs, I want to kind of talk about something that's not really gameplay related, and that is actually something that's up and coming in the League of Legends community and for myself personally, and that is going to be the Twitch Rift Rivals Tournament. This is a tournament that's going to be held on Twitch where Riot Games themselves, I'm not sure whether it's going to be on the official Riot Games Twitch page or maybe one of their lesser used Twitch pages, but they're going to be streaming a tournament of 16 different teams, and every single team, every single member of every single team is a League of Legends partner, such as myself. So I'm on Team 6. I'm going to bring up an image for you guys to check out here. I'm on Team 6, playing alongside Aurelia carries you, LL Stylez, or Stylish, your Princess, and Swifty. And I think we actually have a really good team. I'm really surprised by the amount of strong players I've been matched with, because the whole tournament, every single team, you guys can see there's a ton of really well-known names in there. The way they organized this was that they tried to make it so that, of course, everyone's kind of in the role that they actually play. No one's being put into a role they don't play. But to add on to that, they kept each of the teams within about 400 elo of each other, which is really close. So the tournament should be rather competitive. And I think, you know, if I'm being a little bit less than humble here, I think my team might have a little bit of an edge, because when it comes to playing ranked in North America, as soon as I hit Diamond, I get bored and I stop playing. Like, that's the honest truth. That's been me for the last like 3 or 4 seasons. And when I would really grind, I've been to Diamond 1, right? I've been in promos to Masters and then failed those. And I've been in tournaments playing against Korean challengers who thought I was Challenger. So just kind of putting that out there that, you know, I'm definitely not the best player in the world. I am far from it. I am very fully aware of that. But I am somebody, I think, who is better than just a low diamond player. Now, coming bottom lane here, I saw that there was some action and the Twitch is low. I will also mention why it is I went for that invade on the blue buff. But for a moment here, we're just going to go ahead and take that Twitch down with a really swift Wukong combo. But yeah, so after doing my red and coming bottom lane with that play that's happened right off the bat with the cheese in this brush that we're walking through right now, I did my Krugs, leaving my topside jungle wide open for their jungle Elise. Now, knowing that I saw her gank the Diana died to Sion with Elise's help, I pretty much knew that with my low health and the time it would take me to get to my own blue, that Elise was definitely going to go and take mine, which she did. So I just went straight to her blue and took that, and then came back bottom for a second gank, since they did need my help. From there, you know, pretty standard jungle clearing, doing the Raptors, but yeah, I just kind of want to break that down a little bit, because I think some people, maybe most of you actually, probably kind of saw through why it is I would go straight to their blue, even though it was kind of late and I'm against an Elise jungle. But for those of you who didn't know, I just wanted to explain that real briefly. So with this tournament, guys, 16 teams, everyone's going to be playing against one another. I'm not sure if it's going to be, I think it's like a single round elimination on January 15th. So every single member that you're seeing, all these names, they're all going to be streaming on January 15th to stream their own game, so I'll be doing that as well. And I think I might be streaming a little bit, just kind of in preparation for the tournament, maybe playing some more Wukong. And this kind of segues back to why it is we're playing on the PBE. You guys can see just from looking at these names that there's going to be a bit of a skill gap. I mean, each team is going to be within 400 elo of each other, as we're ganking the Scion here. Not much to really mention here, other than I held my Nimbus Strike until he flashed, since I knew he had flash, so I didn't want to Nimbus Strike first, and then be forced to like run him down. I would rather just hold my Nimbus Strike since he was overextended, and then Nimbus to follow. But yeah, with the giant skill gap between some of the individual players, maybe not the teams themselves, but the individuals, you know, there's some challenger players and there's some gold players in this tournament. With that all said and done, I feel like the best way for me to practice is actually on the PBE. Since when I'm playing on North America, yeah, you know, I can play normals, but it's normals. People AFK and troll way too much. And I'm actually finding in these ranked games on the PBE, there's a bit of a skill gap between these different players, which is very similar to this tournament I'm going to be playing in. But to add on to that, people aren't AFKing and surrendering as much as they would in normals, because these are actually ranked games. And if any of you guys are like doubting that or anything like that, go ahead and skip to the end or watch to the end. I'll show the post-game stats. You can see where I'm at in Grandmasters and all that kind of stuff. But I just kind of want to talk about that real briefly. So yeah, on the 15th, 16 teams will be playing. This is in January, and there'll be single round elimination as far as I know. Riot might change that. This is just the information that I've been given so far. And from there, you know, the top 8 teams will play on the 21st. I think from there, there's maybe 8 teams playing again on the 22nd, maybe only 4 to decide who actually goes to the finals. But then the 23rd is the finals and the bronze match, as in like the 3rd and 4th team competing for the slot in bronze. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet in this take of the commentary as we gank up this Orianna here. You'll notice in my style in today's game, I'm just kind of looking for kills and looking to snowball the game, since I kind of understand the style of the PBE, so I'm just really looking to get myself fed. And so I'm 4-0 here already at 7 minutes. We're doing pretty well in that department. I'm not farming super well. My XP is a little bit behind, but you know, I'm getting kills bottom, I'm getting kills on top lane, I'm getting kills mid, and I'm just getting really, really fed, because that's kind of what I think is the best way for me to carry and win games when I play on the PBE. And I kind of want to recommend the same to you guys. If you guys are playing Wukong, I definitely would recommend that you kind of look for kills. But the problem with that, of course, is Wukong's, you know, he's not really that, I mean, he's got some good mobility, but it doesn't have the CC, so it's really tough to set up kills. If the kill's available, then great, you can secure it. But with Wukong, it's really about knowing where the opportunities are that you can go and seize. And that's what I've kind of been doing this game. So to kind of talk about more things here, you know, this is of course a New Year's video. I'm trying to post this on January 1st, which it might come out kind of later for some of you guys who are maybe in like Australia, for example. But for those of you guys who are on the West Coast, it should come out on time. And I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of a New Year's resolution kind of video where I talk about my plans for this year, my goals for this year, all that kind of stuff. To kind of come back to the gameplay though, real briefly, you'll see here, I'm just kind of sitting this brush because I'm level 6. I may have a lot of money in my pocket and no real items other than my Stalker's Blade. But I'm thinking, since I'm pretty strong and this Twitch is not level 6 yet, and my bottom lane's approaching, that we should be able to set up the play. So it's just a matter of time before I Nimbus on in and combo this Twitch. I'm also just kind of waiting for Draven here. But then Morgana goes, and once she goes, I think she went a little bit too early because Draven was in position, but we still managed to pick up the Twitch here, and then from there, the Elise is looking for the counter gank, stunning up Morgana, but I mean, it's a 3v2 by this point, and the Elise is behind me. I'm still really dangerous being 5-0 now, so there's not really much to be afraid of. So before I talk about my New Year's resolutions, we're going to kill this Elise. I kind of forgot about this play. But yeah, she comes over the wall here to my decoy, and I'm just auto-attacking her lots, and I'm kind of hesitant what I want to do here, but then my Nimbus cooldown comes up, so I go ahead and flash and finish her off, and I'm just kind of keeping my distance from the Blitzcrank, but then I come back around to get that extra auto-attack Q reset with the Electrocute to finish him off. A lot of these plays I'm making, it's not really the mechanics that are really all that special, right? It's Wukong. He's very mechanically simple. What I really want you guys to notice is how it is I understand where it is I need to be to get kills, make plays, and just make a difference positively for my team. But anyways, though, we're going back to base. Now I have like so much money in my pocket, it's insane. In fact, I kind of want to back it up just long enough for you guys to see how much money I had. But then again, I could just tell you, I had over 4,000 gold. It was insane. So here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to buy. So I end up finishing my Stalker's, or sorry, my Stalker's Blade Warrior enchant in one buy, alongside Mercury Treads and Tiamat. That's quite a lot to buy, and this kind of goes into the itemization. I'm going to talk a little bit about my build real quickly here, and a little bit about my runes as well. Stalker's Blade Rush with Warrior is what I really like. Red Smite can be good, but frankly, the move speed to chase and the move speed to run with Stalkers I find really, really good with Wukong right now. I went Mercutrez this game because Scion's got some CC, Elisa's got some CC and magic damage, Orianna CC magic damage, and by this point their Twitch, you know, he's pretty strong, but I can just one-shot him. And if I one-shot him, doesn't matter who else hurts me, they're all going to do magic damage to me, so I can reduce that, and that's fine, as long as I continue to focus and kill Twitch. So that's kind of why I did that. And then the Tiamat's just really, really good for Wukong. Even before the lethality, if I could finish a Dustblade, then I would buy a Dustblade before the Tiamat, but if I can't finish it, even the Serrated Dirk isn't as good as the extra damage proc from the Tiamat. You can see right here that extra little damage proc and the Stalker's Blade active, the Smite going down really helps out there. And, oh, I think I saw the control ward here, and this Elisa's trying to fight me, but she doesn't realize what she's in for. We can just spin to win on her, and she's going to look to grab these berries here, but it's just not going to be enough, even using her repel, or not repel, grapple? Her E. But yeah, my bottom lane at this point is actually able to fight back, and you can see how me getting huge and really fed and just killing their champions repeatedly is starting to work out in our team's favor, so that's definitely something to take note of. But so yeah, from here, as far as my build goes, I'm just going to go full lethality from here, except for the Edge of Night. The Edge of Night on Wukong's not really all that special. I would much rather go with the Dustblade into Ghostblade, Dustblade for the burst, Ghostblade for the movement speed and extra damage, of course. And the Ghostblade also has a passive that allows you to move more quickly out of combat, so that's also really good, especially with the runes I'm running. We're running Electrocute on the Wukong, since although Dark Harvest was pretty good when it was first reworked, it was good on everybody because it was too good. And now they've nerfed it to the ground again, so it's kind of garbage. So Electrocute's really definitely better because there's a lot of combos with Wukong that allow you to trigger it, whether it's the Nimbus on in, auto attack Q reset, where you have the extended range so you can reach them after autoing to trigger Electrocute, or if it's the Nimbus Tiamat Q, or if it's the Nimbus QR, or, you know, a variety of other combos. Like, it's really easy to trigger Electrocute with Wukong, so I would definitely recommend it for that reason. Sudden Impact, of course, since with Sudden Impact you're able to dash with your Nimbus and always increase your lethality, which is increasing your damage, and that's really important. Eyeball Collection, more AD. I'm going around the map and I'm looking for kills and I'm looking for plays, and I'm getting them, and I'm getting a lot of stacks of my Eyeball Collection as a result. To follow that, I have Relentless Hunter to combine with the Ghostblade's passive to get a lot of out-of-combat move speed. Because with Wukong, it's not really about being fast in the fight as much as it's about being able to get into the fight to begin with. And with Wukong, if you're stealth and you've got your Ghostblade active going, and with Relentless Hunter, you are so fast. And even if you don't have the Ghostblade active on and you're still out of combat, you still have the passive move speed, which is often enough. Now I think right here I was just looking for opportunity to gank the Orianna because I knew she had some vision here. I wasn't sure if it was a control word or not, but you know, now we know. So I was trying to come around the same path I'm going right here, just to kind of sneak up on her. But I think the minion saw me, or maybe she coincidentally just backed off. Tough to say for sure. But by this point, you can see from the little advantages we create for bottom lane as a Siren passes me by. This is another reason why I haven't really been doing as many live game commentaries lately, guys. It's been really loud living downtown lately, and with that, it's been kind of difficult when I'm trying to do a full game commentary live, and a lot of sirens go off, and I'm like, crap. Anyways, hopefully that wasn't too obnoxious towards you guys. But yeah, bottom lane's winning by this point, so really all I'm thinking about now is winning mid because our Yasuo's not doing so hot. See here, we get a nice little combo off, and the Orianna flashes, and I see that she's probably going to set up an ultimate, so I back off preemptively, kind of expecting that. And from here, the mini wave's dead, so I'm backing off. I'm looking towards maybe fighting up the Blitzcrank or the Twitch or something like that, but I end up finding the Elise, and I sidestep her Cocoon, kind of expecting her to use it, and I just blow her out of the water as she gets binded by Morgana. And from here, it's just a matter of creating pressure, placing some wards in their jungle, since they are outnumbered and they can't really fight back for it. Not to mention with Morgana, if she hits a binding, whoever that binding hits is guaranteed dead because I have enough damage to follow it up, so it's a pretty good way to go once you've taken out their jungler. Just create that vision control. So yeah, I've mentioned the build, I've mentioned the runes, I haven't mentioned my secondaries. I am running Triumph and Coop. The extra attack speed to clear your jungle is really good, and the extra ability to get some extra money when you're getting these kills. I think it's from Triumph is good, but also get that extra HP back and mana back, I think. I'm not sure if it gives mana back or not anymore, but upon getting kills, getting those extra stats back is really good. And then Coop, of course, you know, doing more damage from their low. Who wouldn't want that? So it's really good. So yeah, that kind of mentions the build and the runes. I'll mention later on, actually maybe not later on, I'll mention now that once I finish my Dustblade and Ghostblade, I really like Sterk's Gauge on Wukong. I think the Black Cleaver is good, but if you already have your jungle item for 10%, your Dustblade for 10%, and then your Ghostblade for 10% CDR, you've got 30, and then blue buff's 40. so you're good to go CDR-wise, and for that reason, the Black Cleaver is not really necessary, and I'd rather have the Sterix Gauge, because the Sterix will give me that extra shield and HP, and damage and tenacity. Like, that's a lot. Now right here, I'm going for the Gromp, and I see that shenanigans are happening top lane, and I want to be a part of it, and I want to help out, but as soon as I show up, Diana's dead, and Twitch is there, and there's like a 4-man gank, and there's very little I can do to help that situation, so I just back it on off. So to kind of come back to the main topic for today's video, I mean, we talked about the Twitch Rift Rivals, which I'm really psyched for, because I'll be able to stream those games, and, you know, if the other streamers and creators in the program, who are all going to be in the tournament, are also streaming the games, it's an awesome opportunity for me to get a little bit more exposure doing what it is I do. And maybe if Riot streams it as well to their main channel, that'd be even extra exposure. Sion's overstaying, so I just kind of punish him for that. But right here is my first mistake of the game. Right here, the biggest mistake I make, and I want to review this with you guys in slow-mo, because, I mean, so far, it's pretty brain-dead what I'm doing. I mean, that's not true. It's just, like, the mechanics are brain-dead, but the rotations aren't so brain-dead. But I really want to show you guys this part, because the Elise is in the brush, we know that. And I'll just go ahead and skip past the part where we kill this guy. So let's go ahead and slow it down here. I'm going to put this on. So right here, I'm taking a lot of damage because I'm stunned. I can't really do much. But as soon as I can, I pop R. And what I should have done is right in this moment, right at this very moment, I should have canceled my ultimate and used my other spells, like my Nimbus Strike or my Crushing Blow, or both. Because Elisa is level 8 to my level 11, and I've got her low enough after using my ultimate, and she's airborne, she's still stunned, that I could probably pop her with my Nimbus Strike and my Crushing Blow. But instead, I get lazy and just try to run away because I'm not really paying much attention. I kind of panicked and just pressed R. And you can see the result. I unfortunately go down because she uses her spells and takes me out. So a really important thing to do with Wukong sometimes is to understand that very often, very frequently, using your ultimate and keeping it spinning isn't in your best interest. Oftentimes, it's better to just cancel it early and use your other spells, whether it's your Decoy to be elusive, your Nimbus Strike to use mobility and burst, or a Crushing Blow for even more burst, and a little bit of reach. But anyways, I just want to bring that up. I thought that was really important because that was a very crucial mistake I made. And so far in this game, I'm playing pretty well. Again, mechanics are pretty simple with Wukong, not much to mention there, but for the most part, I'm figuring out where to go at the right time and successfully doing all that. At this point, though, we're just kind of waiting for our respawn. Cool. So upon doing that, you can see we have the Dust Blade finished up now, and we're going to be working towards the Ghost Blade next. So the first thing I want to bring up as like a New Year's resolution for myself is, you know, maybe I won't be doing a lot of videos exactly like this one where I review my own gameplay, but I have noticed over the years that, you know, I've done over 500 videos, full game live commentaries with every single champion in the game. I have literally not missed a single champion. With that in mind, you know, it's really tough with League of Legends being what it is to consistently play the game myself and get the content I want. Now, right there was another mistake. I thought Elise actually got a little bit more distance from me, so I used my flash. That was a mistake. But right here we go with the Blitzcrank. At this point, I'm just really fed, so I'm just going to clean them all up. But what I was going to say, though, is I think I still do want to play the game for videos every now and again, and I think I actually want to stream my climb to maybe be in rank 1 on the PvE. So I think that'd be really hilarious if I managed to get rank 1 on this server, since it is a Clown Fiesta, but I could be the king of Clown Fiesta, and I feel like that'd be kind of fun. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think about that, because the reality, I don't know if you guys know this from watching other streamers who are really, really high elo, but high elo games are generally really slow-paced and passive and boring. They can be fun, but I'm finding these PB games, because of the skill gap between the different players, because there's not really much skill-based matchmaking between the different ranks, the games end up being a lot more interesting, and it kind of creates an experience when you're watching that's a lot more relatable, I think, to like 95% of your ranked games. Whereas if you're watching high-elo games, there's just things the teammates would do that your teammates in your games that you're playing in would never do. So it's really tough to compare what you could be doing better when your teammates are really, really good in these high-low games, and you're playing against really good players. When you're watching these PvE games like this one here, you know, the players are a little bit more lopsided as far as their skill, so it becomes a lot more relatable, I think, to most of you guys. And you can kind of see what it is I'm doing in these games that you could actually replicate in your own games and learn from. Anyways, though, the Sion's trying to kill Draven. We just kind of blow him up. Nothing too special about that one. Just be in the right place at the right time, because we know where to be at the right time. And the Relentless Hunter and Ghost Blade, when we have that, will also help with that, making sure we have the move speed to get where we want to be. So yeah, guys, definitely expect more replay analysis content. When I talk about this, though, it probably won't be my own gameplay. I'll probably take games from, like, the best Castan ever, right? Or the best Castan in the world. I'll probably take one of his replays and show you what he does and why it works. Because I think this is one of my skills, is I'm very good at understanding the gameplay and breaking down what the details are and helping people understand why things work and why things don't work, what the mistakes are, what the careful strategy is. And I can break down runes and builds pretty easily as well, so I feel like that might be a good way to go, because that'd be very much better for me to, as far as saving time goes, because I could play like 15 games and get a brilliant casting game, or I could just find a better casting player's quality game and then break it down for you guys. The other thing as well is I have played this game for 6 years solidly, making videos and all that. I have over 500 videos. It's a lot to just keep playing the game all the time. And with all the amount of people who AFK and surrender and just kind of, don't make the video experience great for content, yeah, I think it's something I want to try this year, all right? This, again, does not mean I'm not going to make videos of my own gameplay anymore. This is just something I want to try out, and I'm interested in your guys' feedback, but I'm also hoping you guys will give it a shot. The other thing to mention here is Facecam. I haven't used my Facecam in a few months, and some of you guys might know why that is. The reason that is because I've been using medication for acne. It's called Accutane. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but I imagine some of you do, because it's a pretty common acne medication for people who, have cystic acne. And I'm not sure that mine was ever quite cystic by definition, but it was always kind of lingering. It was always kind of there, and it's been kind of, tedious, because it's been like 8 years of consistent, just like little bits of acne come and go. And I think I would rather just clean my face up before I show you guys my face again. And if anybody's like, yeah, dude, no one cares about your face, the reality is I care. I want to look good in my videos, so I'm gonna take my time with that. And I'm so far 2 months in, so I have another 2 months of my my cycle with the Accutane, and hopefully by the end I won't have no acne for the rest of my life, because as far as I'm concerned, from what I've been told, it's supposed to cure you of acne, but I'm not totally sure that's true. Now right here I go for the inhibitor, clean that up, and I actually managed to take down the Elise with me, but the Twitch shows up, and he was a surprise presence, and with the Ignite from Blitzcrank and the Poison from Twitch, I do unfortunately go down, and that's my second, maybe my third, if you consider that flash against Elise a second mistake. But yeah, that was probably my third mistake of the game, which was unfortunate. But another thing to bring up here, guys, is streaming. I mentioned it briefly before. With the tournament, I am required to stream those games, so I'll definitely be doing that. But I think I want to stream for you guys on a 2-day-a-week basis, since in the new year I will be taking a class, and I'm also living with my dad at the moment since I moved back from LA, and so I'm just kind of between housing arrangements. And with that, I don't really have a ton of time to stream and record, especially with my class being in the middle of the day. So I'm going to try and stream for you guys 2 times a week, and when I stream, what I'm planning on doing actually is continuing this PB climb, because I think it'd be really, really cool if I was to get to rank 1 on the PB, because it's the sort of thing where it's like, it's the PB server, no one really cares, but in the same moment, it would be really cool to be rank 1 somewhere, and it's completely possible on this server because of the way the matchmaking works. You just gotta play enough games. And I guess the same can be said about any server. I mean, in fact, there are more PB accounts than there are Oceanic accounts, which is kind of crazy. A lot of people wouldn't believe that, but because the PB server is encouraged to sign up for amongst every single region, amongst players who have high enough honor to make an account, that's kind of why. So I just kind of want to bring that up to you guys, because a lot of people kind of write off the PB, saying it doesn't really matter for anything, and it doesn't, but no server matters. Let's be honest, none of them matter. I mean, some of them matter more than others. I would say the Korean server probably matters the most, maybe the Chinese server, but we have no ability to read that data, unfortunately. So I don't know. I don't think people should completely write off PB ranking entirely. I don't think it's the most important. I think it's, of all of them, probably the least important. But there are other servers with actually less ranked players, which is kind of surprising. I think some of the, like the Taiwanese and Thailand servers, the Oceanic server is pretty close there as well, just to kind of give some information. So yeah, I think on Fridays and Sundays is the schedule I'm going to set up for you guys, where I'll be streaming these games where I'm climbing, because I think these games are also a lot more relatable. I could be trying to play on NA and trying to get a challenger there, but let's say I do it, those games are not going to be relatable to any of you. Or maybe some of you. Maybe some of you are North American Challenger and you watch my videos, which firstly I'd find really surprising, because to be North American Challenger, you really have to just play non-stop. But the other thing to mention is just that I think when I'm between games, because there are quite long queue times, since I am getting higher elo on a server with less players, the queue times are usually at least 5 minutes, if not like 10 to 15. So in that time period, I'll probably be playing Pokemon. Now, a lot of you are probably like, wait, what? Pokemon? Isn't that a meme? No, Pokemon's actually awesome now. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is insanely awesome. And the reason why I say this is because when you're out of battle, you can see the wild Pokemon around you. Rather than having to like aimlessly run through grass and hope that you find what you're looking for, you can see them around you. And there's some other little things as well, like the Pokemon Go catching system, that in my opinion makes the Pokemon game, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, like one of the most fun Pokemon experiences, if not my favorite Pokemon experience in like 20 years, which only compares to like my first Pokemon experience, which was Pokemon Yellow, which is in fact the game is remade of. Pokemon Let's Go, that is. So here you can see we just kind of flanked the Silence, who's trying to flank my team, and the Twitch is doing some damage, but our Draven's 2 Fen does way more damage. Not really much to say about this as far as what it is we're doing right and wrong. Really just flanked Silence flank, and from here I'm kind of looking to surround them at the turret, so I'm pushing the mid wave. Meanwhile, my team's pushing that turret, and I'm looking to kind of flank them. But by this point, I've kind of gotten my team ahead enough, just through me destroying their team enough, that we kind of win by default, and I can just flash on in, destroy the Elise with a simple Nimbus Q combo, and here, that's all she wrote. So that's the game here today, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to drop that rating. I would really appreciate it. When the game closes here, I'll show you guys the post-game stats on screen, so you can kind of see, you know, where we're at in Grandmasters. We're hopefully going to get Challenger pretty soon here on the PBE. I'll be able to show you guys some gameplay of that, and I'll make sure to communicate to you guys my streaming schedule and all that stuff. And hopefully in the near future, I'll be able to make some more content for you guys, showing you guys some more replays that are hopefully not going to be my own. I mean, I don't mind making replays of my own gameplay, but in the same moment, I think there are much better players that I can analyze and show you guys much better content from. Alright guys, that's everything here today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop that rating. It helps out so very much, and I would appreciate it as a nice little New Year's gift. And speaking of which, speaking of gifts, in the future I'm going to be able to give you guys a lot more giveaways actually, since with a few different sponsors I've been arranging like Nintendo Switch giveaways and potentially other consoles. So if there's anything you guys would like to be given in a giveaway format, make sure to let me know in the comments, because I can arrange those sort of things. And that's it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.